Because I was there Thursday and then, or today, and then I came back to Bahama, and then they had a light pole fall down because of the wind. You know, we can't move that. So I had to go and do it. Yeah, it was amazing. Yes. March fifth. Yeah, we use mine. That goes. Mhm. Call this meeting to order at 6 6 o'clock. If everybody standing, say the pledge of allegiance, please. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. If you want to roll call, please.
Cody,
Sir?
Gary, Ron, Eric, Cindy, and then our attorney.
Before we go any further, would you like to say a few words about this? Let's get something to give you.
Thank you.
That's the wish of
Who's over minutes, March 4th, or March 8th, sorry, 2025. Everybody have time to look it over? Yeah. Okay. Any 2025? Everybody get a chance? I mean, so. Thank you for issues with them. All in favor for approval of minutes of March 5th and March 19th? Sorry. Now, any changes or additions to the agenda? You put anything about water? Yeah, let's put C, update on the water. Anything else? Can I get a motion to approve the changes to the agenda? Eric, second by Gary. All in favor? Right. Whole business, Rob Smoot.
Senior.
Good evening. As many of you know, there been some issues that I've been dealing with among residents on the side of town for quite some time now. And I was at that point of what I consider to be a critical impasse, because it just didn't seem like we were getting anywhere. There were numerous conversations with those involved. Fortunately, it seems as though that impasse has been passed, and based on the extenuating circumstances of what's maybe gonna continue to happen now, I'm respectfully going to request that my agenda items be quelled or tabled temporarily until we see how this new thing is going to work out.
We want to let you know, I called Sursa, and the lady was out this week, that she has a message to call me back about the whole block, you know, what's happening to that block. So,
It's fair enough. I wasn't really concerned about that because I know y'all. can be. But the whole trash company thing, you know, I had prepared quite an extensive presentation and I was prepared to, you know, to get involved in, and I'm glad that preferably at this particular juncture. As long as things go like, yeah, I'm a man of my word. I said it, certain things got done, I wouldn't push it, so I'm not gonna push it.
so when you're ready to be back on the agenda, please let me know.
Absolutely.
Budget,
Our budget notice did run in the Oregon paper. We found it the other day when I was here in class. I am going to announce that we are going to do the second reading at the next meeting. And any public comment needs to be brought at that time. So that we can discuss it. It's like the hearing part of the budget. And then after that, we will go on and pass it. And do this. The 16th.
Yeah.
Again, okay, yes,
so it'll be the 16th. But, Old business C, update on water.
So we coordinated and sanitized after a repair, we flushed back to normal. Took our test this morning and on the flip flow, so assuming that goes well, the full water order should be rescinded end of the week. First of the week, it's supposed to only take 24 hours to get the result, but we may know tomorrow and as soon as we do. They will email us the results and that way we get it as quick as possible.
Yeah, and we'll hand them out,
Yeah.
personally. So, yes.
I don't think we technically have to figure it out, but.
What about the fixing for the problem?
Have you ever received the quote?
No, we did not yet.
I will get with him with, John, the fire excavation in the morning and he was gonna look this up and do it on the.
You else got anything about that? I do want to say that you guys did a good job. All of you together.
if we were going to do that, people buildings together and that whole package, because that was a.
It was a mess.
And that was actually Ron put that together and that demo, so.
Well, and I already told all the CPAC guys, thank you, because I appreciate it, them coming, pays to know people. They kind of.
You know, I already got paid today, so.
I'm gonna give us some extra.
Well, they didn't give it, we paid for it.
Yeah. Dearly.
All right, new business, Rob Smoot Jr.
So I've been asking about this for a while, but it's just now come to my attention that there were 3 checks in the amount of $396.20 for Derek. I'm really just concerned about whether this was like logged mileage or if this was just like an estimate of how much gas was used.
No, there are receipts. He brought in gas receipts because he was doing a lot for us before we got the truck, before you were hired on. He brought in gas receipts and gave it to Vicky and Donnie, and they wrote a check covering the receipts.
Okay, this was before I started. Shows from 7/12/24 till 9/24/20.
We will look and check.
That's what I'm saying, from 7/12/2024,
The check register.
8/7/2024, and then 9/24.
Everything we did, we have.
Yeah,
And one of those things he was at, very out motive, and they start something or somewhere.
These just say gas,
We had a balance,
Yeah,
and so
what,
these just say gas. My-
they were for gas and mileage, you had receipts. And we as a board approved in the back home. It wasn't just me, it was everybody. Mr. Asbury is not on.
We
No.
did skip old business, I'll just say that.
He tabled it.
Oh, we did. Oh, okay, I'm sorry, this is, my bad then.
Do you know if they were going to try to get online?
she just gave me a note that says they want to be removed.
We'll probably just table it. He said he couldn't.
We'll just have to ask to be on the agenda again.
Yeah.
Jeff Corp,
How you doing?
good.
So I just wanted to, we're getting pretty far with the school, the gym. So we had talked earlier about you guys using the gym room and paying for some insurance on that.
She is out of the office.
Okay, and I just, by the next meeting, if we could know, we're getting at a point where we're gonna. And I don't, if you guys need time, we can, and still, the town can utilize the gym. But it would just be for me and I'm paying the bills and I'll collect it. But, so that's still open if you guys want that, we just need to know which way to go.
Can you kind of tell us what your plan?
Well, what we had mentioned the first time was that the town could use the gym, or the gym itself, not the gymnasium, not the basketball gym. You guys would be able to use that when you ask for it. If we plan something, then that would be fine. But we were planning on having that locked up so that it wouldn't get vandalized or damaged. If the town was gonna use it, that's fine, as long as somebody's there to respond to the lock over. But yeah, then there would be a gym in the front of the building that will have gym equipment that people could work out and use. And that was the plan there, and that would be a separately locked door that people could walk into that and not go into the rest of it. But the town is welcome to, if our plan is to rent it out, if somebody goes to graduation, it's gonna happen in it. Wedding, stuff like that, if people want to use it, but the town could do the same, just let me know when you need it. We work around that, set up a schedule. And as long as it's, somebody's responsible, then I'm totally fine. We just didn't want to leave it open. We were gonna go to get them. So that is, obviously, I don't even know if it's night, but I do want to get that value. And then, I just would like to see the town come up with some ways to start making money. I know there's, we need to find out how to get this, on it.
Well, I talked to Mark. He's the person that kind of volunteered to help us. And I talked to his helper last week. And they are still looking, they're still digging, and now they're trying to get our transcripts from the IRS. We couldn't get them. We tried everything to get them, and so they're trying to get them. Once they get those transcripts from the IRS, it'll be easier to piece together the years, and then they'll have W-2s, hopefully. So she hasn't called me back this week yet, so I'm hoping that we, by next week, they at least have an answer for us. He does think that we qualify for the exemption for 17, 18, and 19. He's thinking those are the 3 years that we would qualify because our income was so much lower than our expenses. Said after that, we're gonna have to piece together the years, and we'll have to, I think the only allowed to have 2 years. And then we're
if you get those 3 years, then will you be?
We get those
eligible
3
for-
years, we can get some of our property tax back. If they start working on the next 3 years. So,
So that's my major concern is you guys are doing a good job. I know you have a mess and it is what it is. But I think through the last hope, because if it goes to the next one, so, I mean, it's gotta
starting
happen.
ground zero again.
It's gotta happen now instead of then. Otherwise, I'm sure the state would like it at some point.
And we are in the middle of tax season, and he is a CPA, so.
Oh, yeah, no,
You know, so I kind of expect it to kind of fall to the wayside for a while, but they are working on it. I think her name is Kathy or Karen. And she's called me a couple times, but they are working, trying to do that.
But then the other thing about tax would be, how do we get the town to put, sales tax on the board?
It has to go to a vote of the people.
Yes, it does. Been on the ballot for the last 3 times.
Guys voted on them.
We need to do a better job. Explaining to the people why.
Well, I'm just gonna say this, my business last year, we weren't even in business yet. And the town could have collected at least $20,000. Tax rate. And that's all money that just passed through Crawford County. And we weren't even up and running. So, everything we do is going out of Crawford County. But, I basically did, because even with the city sales tax, it would still be lower than Colorado Springs or anywhere else. So, and I'd love to see you guys go to Colorado Springs.
That's how we do.
Well, at that point, that's I guess my whole thing is I wanna.
It's not. No, I thought she did. Which one? Just the election issue?
Could we have a special election to put that on the ballot? Sure. You have to do so. We can do it sooner. With a special election. Put in the political plan. You're almost at the point where you follows. I'm happy to do that if you guys want to do it.
Really fun line.
I really think the reason that people voted it down, what I heard, is that they're scared that Linda is the only person that's gonna suffer from that tax.
Well, I don't think that she would suffer at all.
I don't think she would suffer at all. She wouldn't suffer. Yeah.
Yeah,
It'll come out of plus pain.
Yeah, but I heard that a lot of people were like, well, Lynette's gonna be the only one that suffers. No,
It's
she's
like
not
this
No,
was
she's not gonna
65,
suffer at all.
69, think people still reflect it.
Yeah.
But at any rate, so that's a concern. I would like to see if the town could commit to cleaning that. Because
If you earmark the tax,
okay.
so we're gonna do a 1 cent sales tax, and it's going to be specifically earmarked to or, whatever we can. That's a good idea. I drive into town. With the 1 cent sales tax, it's the road, I don't think anybody in River City will vote.
So are you saying that if you earmark the tax for the roads, then this could be moving faster, or is that just a?
I'm just saying that would be a way to.
Or something.
Voters to more accept the increase.
The explaining part, the miscommunication.
Well, so that's kind of where I'm at. We're building this new building to run the business out of. It's not annexed in the city yet. I'm open to that. I'm just offering free money. I just hope the town would accept it and, do something good with it.
Yes.
But we need to clean things up and, for the time being, we had talked about the dog tags, the slow moving vehicle permits, there's all kinds of little, it wouldn't add up to a lot, but I mean, at the end of the year, it would add up to a lot.
I have golf cart, keeping permits and dog tags.
Yes. And I think since you're working fellow where they have all three of those things, I don't know a lot about it. I know that I would buy it, I would pay for a permit if that was the case. I know that, there's nobody to enforce that, but if we get the ordinance in place, when things get better and we get tax and we get people that can, you know, to monitor it, then it's already in place.
And you pay for it yourself.
And everybody that wants to drive a golf cart, sheriff drives that, they would get pulled over and they get a ticket. If they have the permit and the city allows it, they're allowed to do it. So that would incentivize a lot of people that I know that like to drive their golf carts around to just pay for a permit. And it would give the town a little bit more money there.
$30 a year.
And I've been seeing a lot of the ATV.
And I mean, I know that in the past it was frowned upon because, you know, they were about people speeding on you. I mean, the laws are still law. If they're going over 25 years, they're not. So whether they have a permit or not. My opinion, there's people that actually, I know that there was at least 8 or 10 people that did buy it. But.
Well, they can set up the dog. So hopefully we can get one.
The 19th.
Well, the
April. Between 9 and.
Take through.
I'd like to say something about the whole tax thing. If the people in the Sugar City don't want to pay sales tax, they won't because they're not gonna buy anything anyway. The people that go to the events, already. People that are gonna buy from him aren't gonna be residents of Sugar City. For one, most of us are too old to really care what he has for a product. And secondly, his product's gonna be way too expensive for anybody to buy, so why can't you guys just pass the sales tax thing and be done?
Because it has to go to.
It's the vote for the people.
We can't just have.
It has to get on. It has to get on.
The people aren't gonna feel it.
No, it's just
Gonna give them that.
this money's just gonna pass through. And they get keep going.
I mean, I didn't know somehow. If nobody's gonna be able to buy your cars. You know, they're not.
There are people that have home businesses that by law should be registered, with a sales tax, and they should be registered with a trade name with Secretary of State. And
Yeah.
I have been for
LLC.
years. I've done that with my business for years.
And man,
Well,
a lot
I
of
think
business
that number
do
one thing
that.
that we're not seeing is the end of the year. I mean, if we had a sales tax, they collect from all the Amazon packages.
Amazon, yeah, 'cause I do a lot of internet stuff too.
But, so,
When do you think the gym is gonna be complete?
it'll be done within.
Yeah,
We ordered the last of the flooring. And it's pretty much a lot of cleanup after that. We're done with all the stuff.
that we try to get certified, because they're gonna have to walk, right?
Jeff, also on your list, they have, what we talked about annexing and Eric Campbell and maps for you. You could see, like, if you wanted to annex in, what you have to happen. And we talked about the business advisory committee and the water line committee. You know, we used to have a water committee, there was like 80 people on that water committee.
Well, so I talked to him today, and he said that he was still on the committee with, and the other, the one
Actually,
that-
we had
well, Ashley, him, and, I'm not the one
I think it's
that has-
lower.
Mark Bauer. He was on the water board too.
Okay. So, and he, I mean, we had a great, he was more than open to help. I think I would hope you guys could utilize that. Every time there's a water issue, because at least it's just more people look at it and say, I mean, obviously they don't get to do the vote, but they can say, you've seen this go wrong, something wrong.
Give opinion on most everything I do.
Yeah. Well, that's great. I'm glad that, and I didn't really know that. I do think there should be a building advisory, zoning, building committee that at least help the council out.
I did talk to him this week. He came in, yeah. And he had asked about a zoning board.
So our county building inspector is asking for.
Okay,
good work.
well, that's great. 'Cause that
Yeah,
is-
so
Yeah,
Yeah, you haven't seen him at all, have you?
no, is that, who's the,
Rick,
yeah, I've seen. No,
so I think we need to work on these. See who wants to be on and kind of lead it. Yeah, I really don't think we need as many people who had on it. Because there's too
No.
many conflicts.
No,
Everybody
there
wants,
just needs to be, in my opinion, since the water line affects everybody that's outside of town just as much as inside of town. There needs to be a couple people outside of town, a couple people.
Mhm.
And that way you can have an opinion from, you know, the people that live in town might not see the problem that they have. So it would just be nice to have two sets of eyes to look at it.
Okay.
But,
I think that we'll have to post notice on the door that we're trying to put back together our water committee, water advisory board.
well, I guess you should see if it's even resolved. It
Well,
sounds like
it
they thought
was,
they were
we pretty
still on.
much resolved it because there was like all these people on it and they were all wanting their own thing. We kind of just dissolved it.
Well, maybe, and this is a suggestion, maybe we could set guidelines and say, we will have 4, 6, or however many people here. And, you know, every couple of years that would change. And guide down with what they, you know.
Or just call the people that were on it, see if they still want to be a part of it. If not, figure out who's gonna be on.
And we'll do the same with the,
We can put that together and know some.
and then, and
For
also
that to the committee.
building, zoning, who building and zoning. Especially for our taxing.
And then what do we do about a house that has profanity written all over it?
I know.
I mean, when you're driving your kids down the street, it's kind of rough.
Is it the house down by you?
Yeah.
Thanks.
I-
This guy is. family policy.
His house, they don't want to- No. I mean, so you gotta know why you think it.
I have no problem trying that. It's everything.
Actually, leases and properties.
What's that?
We don't have a city ordinance for it, so unless the county comes and wants to try to do something. Which,
Well, I mean, it's one thing to have a trashy place, but it's another thing to have profanity with it.
or
So I don't know if there's,
The same in United. And it's not good. Yeah. You should maybe, I see. Just let your resolution. We went over this when we were doing the workshop.
Yeah, no, but he's on.
we'll get our code enforcement back in place and,
okay.
you know,
I mean, I get it. I know, I mean, I don't come down here to expect to get run more, but there's a point where when
I
you're,
talk to him all the time, you know, and I have a good authority, maybe I can talk to him.
yeah, I mean, when you're 9-year-old, I see what that means. A little tough.
Yeah, that's why I try to avoid it.
And then, I mean, everybody I talk to too, I mean, everybody. Oh, wow.
kids learning how to read too, so.
Oh, boy.
Those are the words they kept first.
Yep, the easy one, the 4-letter one.
So I guess that's kind of my thing is I'd like to see, I just need some kind of commitment on the gym one or the other, and I'm fine either way. I'm not, I'm fine with it. If you guys can't do it now, that's fine.
You're volunteering to sit on the committee too, aren't you?
I'm here to help. If you guys need help with
Did you
anything.
dissolve your camp line?
What's that?
Did you dissolve your camp line? Or did you still have-
Camp is dissolved, but my line is.
Your line is still.
Yeah, Medina has their own line. But then I don't, that's another question, yeah, with this new subdivision, if that's annexed in, is there another line, or will that be a detachment to a line?
It'll just be an extension of the county. It's all gonna be right there.
Yeah, if you were annexed, it would be our line.
That's even better for me.
Those maps are gonna show you exactly where the line is, so it'll be easier for you guys to plan. Can you find what the 2 buildings?
Right now, there's 2 buildings, and the 3 state houses, but there's the plot that we had drawn up shows that there could be up to 24 houses someday. And then there could be a lot more, there could be at least 4 buildings if there was that many houses. If there's less houses, then there'd be more people.
Say we're all in.
Yes, when's the next meeting
16.
of,
April.
hopefully I can do that though and help. Otherwise I'll be tonight, but yeah, if we can just figure out this, the insurance is.
Let's do the
Because I gotta
insurance
learn. We gotta figure out. We're critical.
Okay. Okay. Anything else?
That's enough for one thing. I got one.
Just keep talking. Okay. Thank you. Like I say, we're glad to have you back.
It's doing a good job. I know it's fun. It's necessary. I hope everybody can get along.
Yeah.
Keep pushing through it.
I think we all get along really good.
I think so too.
So,
Yeah, good job.
So we're glad to have you back on our coil. I kept telling Eric, the big target needs to come home.
Oh, no, they love guys like this.
Oh, I'm sure. Thank you.
All right, well, thank you.
Thanks, Jeff.
Thanks, we'll see you.
Signing on the book, in the book. That's the call. Michael, you got anything?
Yeah, I just want to say thank you for filling in that pothole in front of our driveway.
The maintenance guys, they're doing a good job with the potholes. It's dirt, but it works for now. Is that it, Mike?
That's it.
That's it. Jeff, go to left, Jay.
I also want to say thank you for filling in the potholes. They were ridiculous. Came home yesterday and I actually didn't have to be mad. The second thing, all right, y'all have had a year, half your term, to look into the last 4 years of whatever that was. The city brought in, trash company brought in 700 grand a year, plus, I don't know, 50 to another 100 grand a year from all the other fees and expenses and water bill and stuff like that. It's like 4 or 5 million over 5 years. How are we negative $1 million with almost no improvements in town?
Well, I don't know where the negative $1 million came from.
All right, well, Toby thought we had 550K. we had 50K. Then when you came in, we owed Social Security, the state, we owed everybody, all of this money. And I thought we had already established that it was roughly $500,000 worth of debt. So you don't have 500 in the bank and we're missing 500, that's $1 million. I mean, let's cut it down in half, say half $1 million.
Well, that is, you missed my spiel about our auditor that we've hired.
Okay.
He is in the middle of it, and they are trying to get our IRS transcript, which they're having trouble. We had trouble with them. So as soon as they get those, they will have hopefully W-2s to match up everything, so we can have an absolute number of what we owe. That's the problem, is everybody's keeps jumping all over the place, like we owe the state of Colorado this, then the next time you call, we owe them this. And so we'll be able to nail those numbers down. And he told us, and I told everybody before, he thinks that the state will exempt us out of 17, 18, and 19 because of our income and expenses. They do that, we start fresh in 20, and he said he thinks he has enough to piece together 20.
I respect the work you're doing to fix it, but where was the money?
We don't know. That's what he's trying to figure out.
Okay.
He's got everything that we had, we sent with our lawyer to the auditor. So he has it.
Just so you know where I'm coming from. At the 1-year mark of Del Rio, the last mayor, I came in here, had caught all the problems that y'all are finding now, minus 2 years extra of it going on. Wish someone would have listened. Got the council to vote. There's gonna be an investigation and an audit. That's what Baker Tilly came from, as I understand it. Someone can correct you if I'm wrong. So everything I tried to get done 2 years ago, y'all are in exactly the same place they were 2 years ago. Doing it almost exactly the same. When should we start to see something different? Understanding this is not your fault.
Yeah.
This is not your fault or your fault. Either one of y'all were on the council, so it's not like I'm projecting.
I think, Jay, I think we're quite a few steps ahead of the last council of getting the audit done, actually, because my recollection, they had no idea. The money was going into the general and being spent, however, no allocation, no nothing. So I feel that this council is maybe a couple years ahead of the last one, but at the same time, it's 5 feet or 5 steps forward, 10 steps back when we find other things out, you know, so be patient with us, and we are really trying to get stuff done.
If anyone, I'm the last person to be patient about this, because I've been banging on wall for 3 years about this.
Right.
I gave y'all a year before I even asked the question. To be honest, on day one, I kind of thought maybe you and part of your group were in on it. Some things kind of played out funny. Y'all are doing good work. Keep doing it. Maybe put a little more effort into the books and get in there deep, because somebody's been ripping this town off. Or maybe it's just mismanaged. Maybe it's because we're giving $400 gas checks to one guy while Gary works for free for 5 years. There's an imbalance there. $3,000 on.
And we're finding a bunch of stuff, like, for instance, we have this major water leak. We had to pay for it somehow, so we went and asked for some of our marijuana money from the county. We did.
You should, yes.
And we got it. We got help from them. But we had parts that we had already paid for. When Potter Excavation came, they didn't use those parts. So Ron today, out of the goodness of his heart, takes them back. Even though they charged us to put them back on the shelf, we still got a crap load of money back. You know, because that was money that we had paid out. That never happened before. When we came on, there was parts in that shop that had been sitting out there for 3 years. And nobody would send back. Am I right? And I was like, send them back. Even if we have to pay a restocking fee, we're still gonna get the money back for them. And that, we need that money. We can't just let money sit out there in the garage and never use it.
I've been asking about those parts for 2 years.
So, but like I say, we did our due diligence today, and I have to say today was a good day because we got most of our money back, you know, on parts that we thought we needed. Potter's like, no, you don't need those. Okay, perfect. We'll take them back. So, I mean, we're doing the little things on the side, and Mark is doing the big things. You know, he's trying to get things to where we can at least see where our money even is. You know,
And I've seen you in here on Fridays. I have.
We give you
I
credit.
saw your car, you know, so it's not like you don't acknowledge
yeah,
that you're making effort. You do.
We just want more.
We have questions.
yeah. And I understand. I want answers too.
More too.
I want all of the answers, and I want it to be done, and I want it to be done right. So that these girls don't struggle every day just trying to pay the bills.
It sucks too, because when you go into Rocky Ford, you're seeing them putting brand new asphalt down.
Yeah,
You're like, that could be us. You know what I
exactly.
mean? So, yes, I want more, and everybody else on this council wants more. We want nice roads and sales tax and
I like.
property taxes.
Sidewalks in, you know,
Nice place for kids to play.
There's actually someone that contacted me from the state, I talked to you about it, where they'll bring somebody in to help write the grants. That way we don't have to, and it won't cost us anything, it's, you know, state, so we did touch base with them and hopefully they can try to find us money. Because that's a big thing, is the streets, they're terrible.
But we gotta fix the pipes before we can do
Yeah.
anything in the street. It's suck to fix the street and then
Terrible.
dig it up.
and we have a commissioner with a little more room for just now, a little more easier to work with. We're not completely cut off from the commissions anymore. You know, they're actually wanting help. You know, because we went to them, we said, we're in trouble. We are in trouble. We are gonna lose our water. You know, and they stepped in and helped us, and we greatly appreciate that. But, you know, there's money sitting there. We just have to ask for it, but we have to have a plan for it. So, you know,
Do we need to start working on how to fix the rest of the pipe?
well, I actually have a meeting set Friday with GMS called last week. GMS is the company that was doing all of the stuff, mapping out the town, and they were gonna come up with a plan. I'm talking to Dana Greenidge now, and she is apparently, before we got here, and you might remember this because I remember sitting out there and listening to this, there was a grant for $12,500 that was supposed to come to us to help pay for that engineering report. I remember Scarlett sitting there saying, the grant is here, the grant is here. We cannot find anywhere where
But she
that,
did say they got pulled. They pulled it back.
they pulled it back. And Vicky spent all day today going through bank statements, calling the bank, calling GMS, talking to Dana, talking to everybody. That money never made it to us. So they never finished the engineering report, but they are the ones that are gonna come in and say, look, you have got to replace all of the water lines in Nebraska because they're bad. And they know what needs to be replaced and what doesn't, which is basically everything needs to be replaced. So as soon as we can figure out how to come up with the money for that, they will at least have an engineering report for us to start with. So we know where we need to start and what we need to start.
That's something that we can maybe take a look at. Or,
Well, if we take out a loan, we have to go to the voted people in order to take a loan. And I think with the way our money situation is, I don't think that anybody in this town will vote for us to take a loan out there. We're a bad risk.
I was just asking, you know,
Just
what
saying.
when they give us the amount, you know,
Yeah,
where do we, how do we come up with that money?
but we have connection now with Cornell. You know, maybe they can help us. Because they know what kind of trouble we're in. They came over and looked in that hole. You know, they know we're in bad trouble. And we also, when we have that hole open, we have our tank empty, we have a hole out here, we've got a hole down at Tracy Reese's house, we've got a hole over by my house. You know, it's not like we have one leak, we have got multiple leaks, multiple failures in the system. They're not even leaks, they're just failures in the system. So hopefully this Friday, when I get here, we can start and I can call Dana and see where she's at, see if we can figure out why they pulled that money back. I don't know. I don't remember anything other than, I can remember Scarlett talking about it, but then I never heard another word about it, and Gary doesn't either. Yeah,
Not you take the star. I mean, I realized there was a dip, but that was. a dip.
well, I could call her, I guess I could call her, she was out here a little bit ago, I can just pull her over and ask her where it is.
I haven't heard her say a negative thing about any of it. Yeah.
Yeah, so, Maybe I'll text her tonight and ask her, what was the deal with GMS? Because she was the one that wanted to rebuild our relationship. She kept saying, talking about rebuilding our relationship with GMS. And I was like, absolutely, you need to, because they're gonna be the ones that are gonna help us. You know, nail down what needs to be
And she
done.
really, truly did want the better for the town. You know, like. She did care, she really couldn't shine.
Yeah.
Her mom was there.
Someone just stuff.
So that's what they do.
You know.
Signature on there, but whoever took the loan or this grant, their signatures are on there, and I kind of was trying to read through everything that's crazy. It looks like we have to have that before it can even be released. I mean, I don't know anything about the.
So this is what I have. I have the actual, terms and conditions for that grant. And it says there was no plan ever submitted. Well, that was what we needed the money for, was for the plan. So it's kind of like it's contradicting itself. So when I come in Friday, the first thing I will do is call Dana and say, hey, look, we have this, which I know they have because they signed all of it. And Dola has a copy of it. It's signed by Beulah Messick, and she's the controller for Dola. And it says that we need to provide Dola with the project timeline within 120 days, and we didn't have a project timeline, because we didn't have a project. There's until GMS is done with the 20, with their, and we can't get the money until we have the project, and we can't do the project until we have the money, so it's kind of one of those things. So first thing I will do is I will call Dana and find out what needs to happen to get this going. So be sure and fill this out. Okay, that I've got in front of me. So this will be my first thing I deal with Friday.
I'm curious, that's something that we can help with, or we might have limited aid things. How about it?
We've got to do something.
We are gonna have we are gonna have an Easter thing on the 12th. You guys come and throw a donation. That donation does come to the town. Any donations we got, it'll come to the town. We did the Halloween, we raised some money for the fire department. So this time is gonna be for the town. So if you guys wanna come and donate, that's perfect. That's what we're trying to do all these events for the town.
Maybe that's where we're at with that. So I mean, there's a lot of pieces that are in play. They're just not really out there. I mean, we haven't really, because we really don't have an answer. I mean,
That's fair. I get it if you got, as long as you've actually got people looking, you're aware that
Oh,
there's
yeah.
really a serious problem. It's not a few grand.
oh no, it's a lot of money. I've heard all of these numbers, and of course on Facebook, all these numbers are flying around that this number's missing. How do these people know this? I don't know the actual, we don't know the actual answer of what's been mismanaged.
A lot of my numbers come from, I still talk to Peter. And for a while there, I asked her a million questions and no one was asking. And student questions, and debt questions, and financing. Then once she didn't work here anymore, it didn't matter. And she explained to me things that had gone on and where certain monies went. And a lot of the monies can be accounted for,
Yeah.
not very well. And there's a year time frame there where there's a big hole, but you don't hear that. I understand where a lot of it, between overtime with the trash company, mismanagement by, we spent $3,000 on speed bumps one month because one of the council members wanted it. They went in for 1 month and then they came back out, $3,000 disappeared.
And they didn't get sent back, did they?
And there's a lot of that, the $30,000 fund.
Yeah, they're
But
smart.
they are getting used at the
Now.
park.
Well, they are now, but
We
that was
repurposed them.
3 years.
We repurposed.
you know,
They're partners.
we, for a while there, we burned money like we had it.
Oh, yeah,
Uh,
we thought we had money and we didn't.
We did. I mean, at that time, they were trying to buy that trust plant down there. It was 140, 180, something. You
Some
know,
outlandish number for a building.
and what if we'd have got stuck with that debt?
Yeah.
And now, we can't carry that. Not y'all's fault. My last question, and we can get on to this the next visit if you want. For a while, the trash company wasn't the financial side. Howleys weren't as focused on as they could have been. No one's fault. A lot of big business. We didn't actually hire someone specifically for that task that knew how to run a trash company. Are we getting back to where we're having monthly P&Ls and more of a functional idea of where our money's going?
Well, we don't have a P&L yet because we are switching to QuickBooks.
Okay.
So Vicky is moving stuff slowly, trying to get it correct. I will tell you that Gary and I have been signing checks. Cody's been out of town a lot.
Sure.
So I don't think he's seen, you haven't seen anything else. have you? I am watching payroll overtime like a hawk. There is minimal overtime that goes into this place.
In my opinion, a lot of that missing money is actually just
Overtime. I believe that.
I haven't ever gotten to see the numbers to account, but I think if you look there, you're gonna find a couple hundred.
If you only make $20 an hour, every minute that you're overtime, it's $35 an hour, $30 or $35 an hour, that it racks up.
It's fast.
But I will tell you that we have some trash guys that don't even do 80 hours.
Okay.
So I mean, I'm watching it, and like our town guys, they pretty much stay, I mean, unless we have something major go on, like we did 3 weeks ago. We don't have hardly any overtime. They're right at their 80. And, and if it's Thursday and you've got your 80 hours, they call me, I might go home. If we need you, we'll call you.
Great.
We don't need you sitting down here entertaining everybody. I need you to be either working if there's something going on or not charging my clock overtime because you're sitting around not doing anything.
Thanks.
So,
That has been a bleed in this town
yeah,
for at least 4 years.
yeah. So our overtime is minimal. I would say there's probably, maintenance is gonna be a little high this coming year. But we are,
Warranted.
till everything is fixed, because Potterwood, they work long hours. I mean, those guys, they're there to work. They work 12 hours a day. But I would say we probably have 10 hours, maybe, a period of overtime, and that's company wide.
Great.
So we have basically done away with overtime.
Did I give you guys credit? A bit of matters coming from me, but I give it to you.
Yeah. So I pull my hair out, but it's okay.
You volunteered for this.
I know. What was I thinking? So, okay, anything else? Okay. Good.
Trustee report, who wants to go first?
Harry? I was gonna Gary go first.
Well, we got the main and the water leak fixed at the park or on the highway in Nebraska. Tomorrow I will get back with Potter Excavation and see if they're gonna give us a bid for doing the water tank. Other than that, Gary and I and the new guy, Mike, has got the wells working real well. And everything seems to be under control right at this point until we have another major catastrophe, which I hope we don't have. Other than that, with the water that we're pumping right now, compared to what we have been pumping, I'm predicting that we will probably be cutting our acre feet in almost half through the coming years with our leaks getting fixed like they are. That's about it for me.
I don't say that place, you're alert. He's a worker, he's a go-getter. And it doesn't take him long to fix something up. So I'm impressed, that's why I came when I get going.
Yep. Good. And you were thinking of the other one. I called Vicky up, you left David Lee said no, just the deer. Is the one that left.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you said David.
But he said, call me David or DeVere, so I never remembered DeVere.
Viking name, I guess. I don't know what it was.
He was allergic to some.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So, we forgot to put clerk's report on that, but we have an application for a building permit. It's really just a carport.
Yeah, that was why Rick was in. He
Who's
said,
it for?
it's a new resident down here on Colorado and it was what,
Do we have to have it because a carport's not considered a permanent structure?
Exactly, he just wants to dot his i's and cross his t's and make sure that it is a moving construction.
Is he for himself, his own, himself?
I don't. know.
No, I don't think so.
We're buying them up and putting it up for him.
Yeah, I know it's a company putting it up for the gentleman. He was just called as the building inspector to make sure that everything, because what he was concerned with is it comes right up to the road. And so, but I know our fire chief was in the office.
I feel like I've seen several people.
No, it's actually a professional
I would
company.
just make sure property line.
It's inside the property line, inside the style wall, inside where all the other fences are down through there. But it's supposed to be a 30-foot setback, so that's why
30 feet back would be clear in the house.
from the center of the road.
Oh, from center, so then probably should be okay.
Yeah.
I know they were
It's right
concerned.
on the line and it's affordable.
Yeah.
So,
So I would just make sure that the address is on it and file it.
So he doesn't need a permit or anything?
Yes.
Oh, that's a joke.
Yeah, that's,
Oh, that's next yours.
that's how.
Okay,
I'm that person, and I measured it, it's about 38 feet from the center of the road to the first line on the inside of the walkway.
perfect.
Okay, so you're well within the 35 feet there, from the property line. Like the man said, there's, people that got fences before extend that. And I had it, built out of 12 gauge, the heavier units than they normally sell. So it shouldn't be any problem.
Okay, it looks perfect. And this is exactly what you should have turned in. This is perfect. So we'll just have her file this and you're free to build your carport.
And he
Oh,
doesn't.
can I get a copy? They say they want
Oh, yeah,
something in writing before they do anything.
okay, we'll just.
I'll
So the
I'll
company
get
wants a
something
permit.
together. Oh, okay.
Oh, they just want to know, see.
That it's okay to put it up.
Yeah,
So just something on the.
she'll issue like a permit with no fee, saying that it's okay because it's a non-permanent structure.
Whatever way you wish to do it.
Okay. Got one.
And I know, Rick just
I'm
wanted
all
you guys
for
to know.
that. Okay, if you-
Can I ask a question, clarify on
Uh-huh.
that? He just said movable structure. If I got to move one in and put in concrete without a building permit, so is that?
Yeah, it's still the same thing.
I had a question because I wanted to do the same thing.
You have to be able to move it.
Okay.
Right, so your
Wasn't it
concrete
permanent?
pad don't need a permit.
Awesome. I was actually wanting to add that part.
As long as it's not in the right of ways. You don't want it.
And me and you have already talked.
Yeah.
New ordinance.
If they specify, don't you,
Sure.
if they specify, don't you.
I was saying, I'm gonna move my car for us and then look for concrete.
So, put it down, put the concrete in that.
And then Rick just wanted me to let you guys know that. That's why I wanted to bring them up. And it won't. In case the ability of the fire department, should something happen, they would just cut it.
Oh,
Exactly.
What they have to do, yeah.
We can-
But he wanted
we
you to
can.
know that. Yeah.
So,
We got this new thing too, so we get in.
yeah, it's called a truck.
Right,
When we applied for project water, we applied for 285, because they always just give us 35 and 40.
Mhm.
By some miracle, we
Is that
got
paper
the
that they're spending?
200, which means we have 400. 3, 4 acres. We're probably gonna have to use 120 to 130 to cover our augmentation for this last year's pumping. But even that's gonna leave us probably paying about $1,000 for having too much there.
Yeah.
We're only allowed 254 before we have to pay a fee, which is $4.85 an acre. Right at $1,000.
Can we use it on our projects?
We have it to augment with, we can pump right out of the well. Absolutely. But the real point to that is we're gonna save half of what we've been pumping already. So we are sitting well in the water area.
By a lot.
So augmentation covered for a while. I just had Vicky apply for 50 acre feet this year. Because we are sitting so high. But some miracle, they give us the whole 200.
That's amazing. What about a bunch? I think as the snowpack helped that, they got people some wherever. You did.
Right. It's time for us to get ours augmented. They're supposed to do it all along as it goes, and they never did. So,
Right.
somebody needs to get a hold of them and go ahead and get it sent Kansas way.
The only thing I got is the Easter thing is the 12th. And everybody's welcome. Trigger City, we got a donation. Thank you for your donation.
Markers and egg for your wife, because I thought she was gonna be here tonight.
We had soccer practice. All 4 of our kids are in soccer, so
But I'll
it's
get-
all day long over there.
You can
Okay.
always, we can always take them up here, so if anybody does have any donations, we can store them up here
Yep.
for now, so that when they want to do that, they can just come up and
I think it's.
I think it's.
yeah, because Melissa has. some
I
of these too,
would just
so.
do like prizes or potluck, bring hot food. Yeah, we got a lot of,
Real quick and everything, just everybody bring something.
yeah. And then just bring a prize for the kids, whatever age, basket, piece of candy, don't matter. Prizes for kids. We're gonna have a good sack races, whole bunch of stuff. Yeah,
We need to start the motor in the park here.
Mhm.
No.
We get close.
We're close, right, I considered it, I'm gonna have them mow it and trim everything. Clean it.
We probably need 2 more flags.
Yeah, I should have some. Put out, and I've got everything together, except I probably need 2 more bags of fertilizer to roll on it.
Where you get
As I
that?
see, I think they got it in our valley last night.
Is there the park you rec?
Yes, yeah, absolutely. Yep, conservation trust, yep.
And that money was set. There's not much, but there's.
They're ready to oversee it, fertilize it, and turn the sprinklers on. Weather is right.
After this one.
Yeah, it's supposed to rain.
Yeah.
We need the rain to look good. Like, you know, That's all I got.
I only have a couple things. Since we are trying to organize and we're moving to a new system, I have talked to Robin. And, I have seen Robin's filing system and I know how she works. Is wondering if we can hire Robin a couple days a week to come back and organize that file room and try to find. I have got 5 things that I have got to get in that are imperative. She was gonna be our treasurer, but it just was working.
The sheet.
I think she would be fantastic to organize. Yeah. I have got, our loan, USDA loan at, Los Angeles. She's gonna be here the 11th. She's wanting, how many pages is there, Vicky? Like 100 pages to that she needs, that we are supposed to have on file that we cannot find. Yeah. Yeah, because that's a revolving loan, we can't afford to lose that. I need that found, we need to get our maps all together and all in one place so that when we have a major problem, we can come in and get the map and go. We got, there's just, everything's just in a box or in a file, it's not filed in file order or anything. And it makes it more easy. I know, but with all of this stuff, the USDA grants, the stuff from GMS, the stuff with the augmentation that I was trying to do last week. I have a grant from the commissioners that Vicki sent me, she wants me to fill out, to help with water lines. And there's something else I thought that we were planning on. That has to be filled out and done, and I just need somebody to go in there and go in there and finding this stuff, getting it filed like building permits. You go look for a building permit in there, there might be half of them over here in this drawer, and half of them over here in this drawer, and some might be in the box, and nothing is filed together like it should be.
You might find a couple from 2016.
Yeah,
You need a motion.
yes, I do need a motion for that, and a wage. What we would like to pay her for that. I don't even think she even cares about pay. But she's,
Nothing's for free.
you know,
How many days?
whatever you guys think, 2 or 3 days a week. Just until it's cleaned up and done. Because she's getting ready to have a shoulder operated on too, so we have to consider that. But it's down the road, but she has all these appointments on.
What do you think?
What is it, Vicki mentioned?
Yeah, she usually worked on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. And I told her we could, because I had talked to her, because she had asked me if it would help, and we can work around her if she felt up to it. During the exercise.
It'll be part-time too,
So even with number 15, it's only a drop in minimum wage.
Not for
Not part-time. So, okay, I will call, you guys will make a motion to approve that.
Miss
Second.
Cindy, any insight on the extent of the fire
Fire.
that destroyed the record?
I'm gonna do what you're talking.
Okay. Just
We
wondering.
didn't.
Okay,
Are you talking about the 6 boxes that were burned?
I'm not sure exactly. There was a
You
fire
wanna take
over
over and finish
records.
what we were doing?
I will, he motioned, I'll second the motion to hire.
And because of no record.
All in favor? I will call Robin tonight, talk to her, and hopefully we can get that done.
You got a bunch of file cabinets.
Yes, we do. We have 10 brand new filing cabinets. She can put files in all of them. Oh, okay, we have 9 new filing cabinets.
And Caitlin did get theirs set up. He started taking stuff, not putting it in yet. We have, I started 24s and 25. I've been separated, but I only started in April, so 24 is half the year.
Yeah.
But 25
It's a
is,
start.
yeah, and it looks a lot better because now I can actually, they go to this drawer, this is where the stuff for
And when
2024.
we get ready to pull the stuff that's in the mark for 24, we just give that to our pieces 24, pull it all out, put it in the box and send it to you. And it's all there. So.
Copy, yeah, then copy, yeah.
For the most part, I have 2 copies of each thing since I've started and taking over in 24, so we still have our files because we're trying to get, well.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, there's multiple.
The only other thing, if you add cemetery committee to that list, that you need a cemetery committee. And, Michael, do you want to come up here? He's like, oh, God, like, Lord. So this is your first week, right? Your second week,
We can.
Full week.
and
Everything's going good. We're handling stuff and
Okay.
we're all working as a team pretty good.
oh, good, I'm glad to hear it. So, the only thing I want to tell you is we start thinking about cemetery. Memorial Day is gonna be here before we know it.
Right.
And so, the fencing, it's. You might want to wait for a week or two until the wind quits blowing. I thought it was done blowing, but apparently it's not. So, and then we'll start on that, but, we kind of have you should do this, this and this.
Right.
So, I mean, we won't just.
So we're taking care of a bunch like priority stuff right now, so I'm
Okay.
getting these leaks handled, so.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna start having time.
Wonderful.
All right.
Anything else?
Did a great job.
Well, appreciate it, thank you.
Thank you, we appreciate it.
How would you feel about writing down like a past record of what you've done, and then when we have a meeting, you say, hey, I've done this, or come to the meetings and say, I've done this, this, that, and the
All
third.
right,
Whichever you
I
prefer.
have a form out there for that, I just did not want to drown the wind and everything all at once. I already have plans.
Okay.
Get with Gary.
Gary knows what you have.
Very fine.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Gary's our go-to guy.
All right,
thank you.
Okay, thank you, Michael. We
Doing good
appreciate it.
too.
appreciate it, thank you.
And that's all.
Motion to adjourn.
Well, yeah. He doesn't say too much.
No.
Gary and the run.
Was then with him, no, he got a truck.
Yeah. I know, I seen your truck. It's fine, pretty good.
Oh, man, and I had.
I know, I kept looking at
I
it.
could go 65 because.
That's because I couldn't push you up in there.
Yes, I did. And they took it and there was some.
Good, good.
Yeah.